Hello, welcome back to Simply Carol. I decided today, as I clean off my console in my living room, I am going to invite you along to watch me just simply just wipe down. I'm not doing any putting any other chemicals on it, just a wet cloth, and I am going to wipe down each item as well as the shells so that I can place it all back. Here, of course, I can tell that you can see all of this up here. I am going to remove this. I hate these cords up there. But one day I am going to find the right thing that I want to cover them up. But anyway, I am going to wipe everything down and just replace it back. And I hope you are having a wonderful day. Thank you for coming along. And I already have my wet cloth, and I am going to wipe down the shells and remove some of this dust. And make you wonder sometimes where in the world is all of this dust coming from. But it's summertime, so you got to at least get it and wipe it down at least once a week. If not once a week, every other week. So today is my day that I am going to wipe this down. I like this console. I've been had it since I think 2016, but I would love to get more lighting on it because it can be pretty dark up here. And so I use lamps on two ends of the shelf. And like I told you before, I use a lot of Dollar Tree lamps for lighting to give me that lighting that I need in dark areas. Dollar Tree can have some pretty nice items. So with that said, I think I have probably about 5 of these black lamps throughout my space, my living space, to enhance, give me lighting from time to time in different areas. Okay, I'm sitting here on this floor, and I hope that I'll be able to get back up off this floor. So let me see if I can remember where each thing go. It's just so strange sometimes how I can take things off and forget exactly where it belongs. So I am going to put everything back, hopefully the way it's supposed to be going. These are two Reader's Digest. I use a lot of books in decorating. I love old books. And so I placed them up top of two old Reader's Digest books I covered in some white and gray plaid paper. Actually, what it is, it's Christmas wrap paper that on the back side, it has the gray and the white, the grids, the plaid on it, and that's what I use with that. And so I placed this lamp up top of it, 2 of them, and this base, which is black and trimmed in brassy looking color. I got it from a thrift store for $2.99. I set that over here. And this beautiful lady here by Picasso. I have Crystal by Picasso. Mikasa. I get it right eventually. And I picked her up from Home Goods for $14.99. So she goes right here. That the cow that you see back there come from a long time ago from the Dollar Tree, and it says blessed are the pure in heart. I just wanted to put some type of accent back there on that bare wall back there, and so that's what that's all about. I am going to place these three books, which is there again, some old, very old Reader's Digest hardback books. And this white vessel here, I used to have a candle in it, and once the candle is used up, that's why I say I like to buy candles that the base, the vessel can be reused for something else, and I use this, and I am going to place that right up top of here. The reason for that as well, I want it height, is because I don't like those potholes back there, you know, on that console that they put so that you can run cords behind it. Make sense? This right here is a boxwood stem that I think around about 6 of them probably came in a bundle from Amazon. I put it in my description exactly where you can order from Amazon. They're boxwoods. So in order to give it life, I am going to place that greenery right there. Let's push this over just a tad bit so it will not be touching that light. Okay, so this, I'm trying to think how old this baby is, but she's plenty old. I give around about 15 years old. It's a magnifying glass with a bone type base, horn. And I'm going to place her, him, her, whomever, right there. So I am going to place also, they always say you're supposed to decorate in threes. Okay, so that vessel and those books would count as just one. This magnifying glass would count as 2. And I am going to place this glass, what do you call these? I can't even think, but this glass ball, I am going to place it up top of a mercury glass bottle cup to give it a little height. And I'm going to push her right up in there. I guess you say I'm calling hims and hers and all of those different things. Okay, this has a strange story to it. It used to be just round. It was a spear, round spear with a hose. I got decorating one day and I placed it up top of some floating shelves. Not that the floating shelf fell down. What happened was I also had placed some books on that floating shelf, as well as another beautiful animal print glass vase. So after I had a feel about exactly how I think that I wanted to decorate that particular shelf, I decided to move one of the objects. And when I did, this particular vessel here, this object, this sphere, started rolling. I had the spear in my hand and I reached to make sure that the books didn't fall, thinking that it would knock the spear over this right here, but actually it rolled and it hit the floor. And when it hit the floor, the books fell and knocked the vase out of my hand. So I had a whole floor of nothing but glass and this plaster. So I didn't want to separate with it. So what I did, it was broken. I'm like, okay, it still has some type of shape to it. I spray painted the rest of the white that showed of the plastic. I spray painted it black so that it would look as if that it was meant to be that way. Little did I know that I say about a month later, I go to Home Goods, and guess what? They actually had objects like that. That it was open and had, you know, that shape to it. So I'm like, okay, Caroline, you just created a piece of art. DIY, didn't know, just was putting stuff together. Well, anyway, it worked, and so I just continued to use it. So here's another DIY. I know I probably mentioned that I purchased a bag of moss from Home Goods, and I use it in different bases, containers throughout my home to give it greenery, to give it character, to add some texture and uh, outdoorsy. I like nature. I like nature. So I decided to put some in this container. I did not, just like when I told you about mentioning one in my bedroom, I didn't glue anything together. What I did was put it in the base up top of stacks of packing paper or whatever in order to give it the height that I wanted to give it. And then I placed this moss up top of it. I did not hot glue. What this base is pretty heavy, but it's not because of the content. It's heavy because of, I know, it's an insert from a slow cooker that I very seldom ever use. And so I was like, you know, I want something white. I want something big. So I don't need to go to thrift stores. I don't need to go to a store. I shop within my home and use items that what I already had. So this is what I put together. And that's what we do. So being that it is heavy, I put it on the bottom so that it wouldn't weigh the top part of it down to just pull the decor down, but it would sort of give it balance. So that's why I put that at the bottom. So look through your home, shop through your home, and find things that you can use DIY and, you know, without having to go to the store, because you'll be surprised at what we will have within our home. Okay, on this shelf here, since I'm sitting at this lever, I am going to put, this is an old, okay, I guess when I paint, I use chalk paint. Someone asked me what type of paint did I use and why I paint things white. I like to give it that neutral color, and when I'm trying to pull out the color, this is actually was brown. So I guess it was to hold a camera or whatever. See, that's the color. It was made out of wood and leather. This part was leather. So I used some porcelain white chalk paint that I used on it in order to cover it. I use it on a lot of different objects throughout my home, but I colored it white. So I'm going to place it here, and this is an old iron. Actually, it's not any antique or anything or vintage. It's a key and a lock. The lock doesn't open, but it's just for decoration style. It used to be a rusty brownish color, but in order to put it on this shelf or this console, I spray painted it black. So I am going to put that there. And playing around, trying to add some more color other than black and white in here on this console, I decided to get one of the amber color of kombucha bottles with the small neck and everything. And I decided to put that here. And it brought out a whole entirely look when I placed it there. Okay, moving right along. I already know what my problem is going to be. It's when I want to show you the whole effect. That means that production is going to have to move and all of that stuff. So we're going to give it a try, okay? There again, I love old books. So I stack these books right up here, but I am going to turn them around to show the leaves in the book, the leaves in the book, so it'll give it a little bit more texture. This is a file box. I don't put anything in it. I keep saying that I was going to probably put some type of lettering on it. About 3-4 years ago, I picked this up at a thrift store. Oh, I do have something in it. I do have something. I think I probably was saying to myself, remember where you placed it, right? I placed it in here. This is from something I made with Cricut, some lettering. So I had placed it in here, but it's not bothering me, and neither am I looking for it because, matter of fact, I gave the Cricut machine to my daughter since I never used it. I am going to place this box to help cover up one of those beautiful little potholes back there. Let me bring it up a little. And I am going to put it right there. I believe in using some DIY, some thrifting, some old, some new, and all of those things together. I like using different elements. I used some outdoor elements dealing with the moth. I am using some glass up here. I am using some metal. And so this is what I do in my decoration. This is a metal sculpture on a, what do you call this base? Let me think. It's not ceramic, marble base. This is what this is, iron, silver, whatever type metal. Is heavy, and I got it from Home Goods. I don't know, it's been a while since I purchased this, but I'm quite certain that they're going to have something similar to it in the store. I paid $12.99 for it. All right, what is it that we don't take tags off our stuff? I don't know. That's before YouTube came along and you start wanting to tell people about price. You gotta tend to leave it right up under there like somebody gonna come investigate, right? All right, but anyway, it's $12.99. I've been had it for quite some time. Bye-bye. So, I'm gonna set her there. This is one of the shells as well as this one to the bottom. I want to add some light into it, and it can be easily done. I just need to do it, that's all. So, that goes there. And so this bottom shelf here, throw that there before I step on it. I am going to place 2 more old books. One is black and white, the other is solid black. I'm getting a little confused. Did I have this lamp up top of a book or what? Curly getting a little confused about where she had her stuff at, but I think I had this lamp up top of these books over here. If not, that's where she's going anyway. It's bad when you forget how you had your stuff decorated, right? And it's been there for quite some time. Well, some months, I put it that way. So I am wiping this little sweetheart away. This is actually a figurine of Billie Holiday. Now, Billie Holiday did not come all in white. Billie Holiday had some bright little clothing and everything on, and she did not fit into what I wanted her to go into in my decor. So I decided to cover it all white. You know, that's a going thing now. White objects, white figurines, white art or whatever. So I just went on and painted her in chalk, porcelain paint. And I'm going to set Billy right there beside that black lamp. Here's another boxwood branch. I am going to place that here, give it some color. Oh, so the only thing I have left is this same candle holder vessel that I had. I am going to place it right here. Okay. Let me see, can I bring you up a little? Ooh, feel like you want to pull something down. It's pretty difficult for you to see, but anyway, we're going to go with that. All right. I think if I was to raise it, maybe, I don't know, me and production and the crew, we still working along, trying to get things done. So now I'm just going to wipe everything off and tell you about it. This is another boxwood type that came in a vase. I did not put it together. Neither did I leave the place under there. But I think it cost like probably between $20 and $24 from Home Goods. I am going to put it right back where she belongs. This is a wooden candlestick. Oh, okay, I left the price on her. She came from Home Goods. I got on sale for 12. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to show my face. I was trying to show the moss that I've had coming out of for $12.99. And I'm going to put her right back, him, her, whatever, right back where it belongs. Okay. This is a metal spear. I think I seen something still at Home Goods made like this. I'm not going to say it's the exact same one because there again, this is several years old, so I know it's not probably the same one, but it's close to it. Home Goods. And don't you just love cable boxes? They always sitting around. You got to try to figure out something to do with them. So I just used it for a stand. Hey. So you won't be just sitting there taking up my space and I'm not using you for anything. Go right back up here and I am going to use, look. So, let's see, can I do this? This is a Hobby Lobby item. And I love it. It's trimmed in black and gold and it says, bless this home. You can put it on the wall, but instead of putting it on the wall, okay, $19.99 from Hobby Lobby. And I use this wooden stand to sit it on. Don't you just love cleaning? Yeah, right, okay. This is this thing have so many different names to it. They call it uh, some type of religious beads. They call it prayer beads. They call it farm style beads. They call it some of everything, but whatever they call it, like I said before in another table, I just love them. I ordered this from Amazon. I do know Hobby Lobby sells some. That's about the only other place I've seen it in person, or some other type stores I may walk into and they may have some, but Hobby Lobbies. But this came from Amazon. And I order a lot of items from Amazon. Once you take that apart, it's hard for you to put it back. This is a branch of eucalyptus stems. 10 came in a pack for about $11 from Amazon. Add some greenery here. And I put that there. Let me put this coaster back over here. Here's another boxwood I put on the other side of the console. Home Goods, like I told you before. I believe I purchased them for between $20 and $24 when I purchased them. They were not on sale when I purchased them. That goes there. This sculpture here came from a store called Kirk's, not Kirkland's, Kirk's. Kirk's Furniture is an import-export store here in my area that I live in North Carolina. And I think they do have things on the website. They have grown a lot. I've been shopping with them for when they first started out, a little bitty store. Then they have grown so big. But anyway, this sculpture came from, I think it's a lady. That's the head, this is the body, and that's the foot. This is another what they call an orb. It's French country. I used to decorate a lot in just French country and blue, but I just added this little accent throughout in the space with some little French country hints or whatever, because I am trying to pull I'm trying to pull something together right now. So I decided to take her back out and use her. And use a base for it. In order to use a base, I use a mercury glass photo holder. And I tucked her right back here in a comfortable little space to give it some other color. Okay, I have finished and completed that. Those wires back there, I am trying to figure out exactly what it is that I want to do with it.